Welcome back to Partnerships Unraveled, the podcast where we unravel the mysteries about partnerships and channel on a weekly basis. My name is Alex Whitford. I'm the VP of Revenue here at Channext, and this week I'm very excited to welcome our special guest, Carol. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you for inviting me to this conversation. Happy to be here.
Yeah, really excited to have you on. It's been a few weeks since we caught up and did our prep call, but I know you've got a lot to share today. Maybe for the uninitiated, you could give us a little bit of an introduction about who you are and what you do.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you again for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be with you all today and sharing a little bit of the whole transformation that we are doing on the channel partner program in Schneider Electric. So you can call me Carol. I'm working on this IT word like 25 years now. Today I'm leading the channel partner program for secure power inside of Schneider Electric globally. My responsibility is really to drive growth through the partner program and with our partners. But before that, I was channel sales, channel marketing, and also sales and business development. I am Brazilian, living in Barcelona for 9 years now, a great journey so far. So it's a little bit of background, really cultural diversity, a lot of working with women in STEM. So very active on these words as well.
Awesome. Now, we were sort of giggling a few weeks ago when I did a prep call. I like to really research both people that are coming on, but also the companies that they work for. And I sort of very openly said, Schneider confuses me because you seem to do everything, which puts someone in your position quite in a program design place, in a slightly complicated space. Talk to me about the sort of construct of the company and why you've chosen to build two distinct programs.
Yeah, so it's very complicated, but it's very unique, I would say. And for us, it's really like I would say a customer to say that Schneider Electric is unique because we can bring the two words together into very important words. The IT word because of the descendant of APC, the heritage of APC that we bought more than 10 years ago. And then we have the OT word, right? The very electrical and infrastructure word that we have not only with as well IT or the power and the cooling, but also all the building automations, industrial automation, power distribution, all this OT environment that we can bring as well. So Schneider, they have this unique position to bring those two words together. And this is more or less what we were doing as with the partner program, exactly trying to understand how the partners are unique, how the partners have different business models, and how can we adapt and how can we offer them customized solutions, customized sales enablement and support them to grow. So a lot of different divisions. So we have a division very focused on industrial automation side, on in process automation, and then an energy management division very focused on everything that is power distribution, power support, and then we have as well services that is for us a big goal for us for growth, right? So and then we can combine everything and create this what we call this ecosystem of partner that is our challenge.
And one of the things that I think is really important when you're in your position is you're sort of looking at 10,000 feet, but part of feedback is really important, right? They tell you where you're going well, sometimes where you're going wrong. Talk to me about how the feedback was once you started to separate and build these distinct programs.
Yeah, so we started changing and evolving the program in 2022, right? So 3 years ago, that we really decided to look for the partners much more than revenue, but like which kind of behavior, which kind of partner type that we have, right? So it's where we started to understand that this is not only us. If you think on Cisco, Lenovo, HPE, they started to doing more or less the same, right? To measure partners based on behavior, based on how they are adopting new technology and new tools that we are launching, and also absolutely revenue, like without forgetting the revenue, right? So this story started in 2022 when we really decided to change the program. When our program was 9 years old, so we were measuring the partners basically on revenue only. And then we decided to change and see a little bit of behavior. So this is when we identified the two kind of partners, and this is where this IT and OT word came alive, because we saw that we have a type of partner that is very focused on the IT. Partners coming exactly from those alliances that we have and work together with Cisco, Lenovo, HP, and with Dell. We bring them together and then we call them IT solution providers. And then we have another type of partners that are very focused on data centers. That are partners that are capable to design a solution of data center. They are mechanical installers. They are electrical installers. They are data center designers. So identifying those two partners, and putting them and identifying them, and then say, okay, they are not the same partners. So we cannot put them in the same program. So this is where we started to change. And then we launched first the IT solution provider. Today we have more than 10,000 partners in this program, very focused on the partners that are selling servers and now AI, right? Driving the AI. And then they can add the infrastructure that Schneider does with power, cooling, racks, power distribution, everything that supports this IT solution. So we continue working with them. We launched a full certification focused on them. And now last year we launched a certification really focused on those OT partners, those partners focused on infrastructure. So basically, and when we were deciding to go to this program, we started working together with the overall Schneider business, because Schneider already had a program recognized by CRN, very well established, called Eco Experts. And those eco experts were really the partners that does this for us. They are able to design, build, commission, install a infrastructure solutions. So we have these for building automation, we have these for power solutions, and now we have that for data centers. So basically what we did is bring those partners to this eco expert program, because it was recognized already for that. And those partners are the one recognized for accepting for building for us this infrastructure on their customers. And one of the reasons, and asking, coming to your point on feedback, right? One of our doubts is exactly because our partners, they were our top level. So they were our elite partners, right? Our top level. So we were changing the naming convention. We were changing their names. We are changing their program. They would be happy, right? And this was really surprising, because when we launched the program and we started before launching, talking with the program, get those feedbacks, the feedback was really good, because they feel that they will be differentiated. So this is the mainly ask from the partners. Like, they want to differentiate who they are. They want to be known who they are. And more than that, differentiating those two kind of partners, we could also start getting, and this is what we are getting now, is partners working together. So they started to identify they are different, they have different competencies, they have different kind of abilities, and they can work together on the deals. So we started seeing that an eco expert and IT solution provider are not competitors, but they are complementary. So we are starting to promote them to work together, and they started working. And for me, the big feedback that we had, for example, were regions that at the beginning would not launch it, that would not do the change, but at the end they did it, and the feedback from the partners were very positive, exactly showing this difference. So I think that my point here, like, when you listen to the customers and understand their needs, understand their particularities, their behaviors, and then you offer something that attend their needs, absolutely we are in the right directions. And I think that so far the feedback is being very good.
That's awesome. It must be very gratifying to get that positive feedback. I know one of the complexities, I'm sat in a similar position to yours, and every country in the world thinks that they are wonderful and unique, and yet we need some level of standardization, right? Otherwise, we need 100 carols in 100 countries, and that gets quite expensive. Talk to me about how you balance globalization versus localization.
I think this is key, and also remember that, for example, in the global role, and we are responsible to set up the framework. The deployment is really happen in the countries. So if we do this alone globally without understand these particularities, absolutely we have a big challenge. So my way of working and the way of working that I work on this whole transformation is involving the region since the beginning. So we didn't launch it anything without listening the feedback from the regions. So like, this would work for you, this would not, like, what do you think that what do you recommend? Like, so build these in that so, and this is difficult, right? Because this can take more time than expected for you to get all the feedback, but give you the consistency and the certainty that this will work, right? So get the feedback from the regions, understand the and not only receiving this feedback, build together, build this in a collaborative way, but also give them permission to do this adapt. So I'll give you some examples, right? So we have some benefits that are launched in some countries, but the others not, because of the market, because of some similarities on some markets. So then we can accept that. We have markets that launch it. So in the Eco Expert, we launched 5 badges. So we have regions that decided to launch only 1 badge. And that's fine, because your customer type, they could not find other customer types. So those are the type of customizations that we allow, and we work together with the regions, and we give them permission to do this. I think that is key if you need some engagement, because as I said, at the end, they are the ones that are going to deploy. So we need you to trust on them on doing this.
Awesome. Now, one of the things that I think is fairly unique, right, in terms of the program that you're building towards, is that you're really focused on the sort of specialization, skill set, and activity of a particular partner. But there are end users that want to buy your entire portfolio, while partners only service one part of your portfolio. How do you drive, improve, encourage that collaboration between partners to service that same customer?
This is something that I really, because this is a topic that I really love, and I'm very passionate, because when I was in sales for Portugal and Spain, I was managing the partners some years ago, and this is something that we started building and work it very well. And then we are seeing this is helping at a global level, that this is happening in other countries. So it's not easy. It's not easy, right? Because first, partner needs to understand that have different competencies, right? And we do not restrict the partners to identify the solution. So as you said, customers would like to one-stop shop, right? So they would like one partner to be responsible for the project, right? But this partner don't need to be the one responsible to deliver all the project, right? So we do not also all our certifications, we do not enable the partner to say, hey, you can sell this, you cannot sell that. What we enable the partner, like what you can sell, what you can install, and what you can maintain, right? So this is the differentiation that we do. But enable the partners to find opportunities and support the customers. This is what we do. So we enable the partners, we train them to how to identify the solution, how to sell the solution, how to identify the opportunity, how to support the customers, adding infrastructure like power, cooling, racks into the whole solution. Because let's remember, right, that the infrastructure came first than any other place, that so you have the civil, when you are building a data center, you have all the buildings, and then you have the infrastructure, and then you're going to install the IT solution. So one thing that we are accustomed to say to the customers is like, adding the infrastructure help you to improve your share of wallet, but also help you to stay longer into the opportunity with the customer, right? Into this intimacy and offer the total solution. So this is something that we work, and we enable the partners. But what happened, some partners have the ability to do the commissioning, the project, but also the installation. But some others not. But this could not limit the partners. So this is where this ecosystem enters. So what we started doing is like introduce the partner to other partners, say, hey, you do not have this competence, but I can help you to identify a person or a partner that have this competence. I can tell you that that's the first thing that we did. We had 2 partners here in Spain that were in the same city, and they were saying that they are competitors. We do not work together because both of them sell Schneider, and we are competitors. And we are working, talking about the different competences, what they do, what the others do, and we joined them in the first project. Now I said we said that we created two monsters, because now they are doing a lot of partnership that we don't have an idea what they are doing, right? But that's the type of things people are sometimes afraid, right, to change, to think differently, and we needed to stimulate. So what we are doing, the sales perspective, is stimulate, is put in the partners. So we just did an event in Prague some months ago, and what we did is like the Tinder for the partners, right? So we did like a very dynamic section for the partners know each other, for the partners interact. So we did some interactive sections for them to know each other globally, right? So this is something that we can stimulate, we need to stimulate. And coming back to my first approach, like Schneider have this unique position that we have these two kinds of partners, or three or four, because we have building automation, industrial automation as well, that we can together, like having those partners working together to really deliver one solution for the partner, for the customer, right? And it doesn't matter if the one partner will be in one side, other partner will be other side, but they are working together. But the key here is to make them understand that they have different competencies and value those different competencies and not see each other as a competitor. So this is our responsibility.
And so one of the things that I think is awesome to hear is not only you driving collaboration, but you're also rewarding the right behavior, right? I think the partner programs of old, where you pick your three medal statuses, and the partner that does 100 gets a different rebate than the partner that does 1,000. That's not the way you have designed your program. Talk me through why.
Because business as usual, right? Like business as usual, will give you absolutely the revenue that you need, but potentially will not give you the growth, right? So for us, open new markets, open new solutions, like having partners supporting to open the market for new solutions, really driving this behavior for us is very important. So how here we are driving behaviors, like we are measuring, for example, more than transactional, we are measuring solution sales. So how they are really being able to build the solution, not only sell transactional. We are another behavior that we are measuring, like registering opportunities, right? Why? Because we would like to build trust. So we expect from the partners that they came, and also we can have these opportunities, working with them, having the visibility and build this trust. So this is another thing. And also adding other type of solutions like services, and then we are giving them rewards, rebates, MDFs. As I said, this depends country to country, but for us, like this kind of behavior, we move it. Absolutely, the transactional is where we find revenue, but the growth will help us really from the solutions, from coming from, for example, we just bought Motivair with liquid cooling, that is a new solution for us. So like how those partners can drive us, or can help us to drive this conversation with their end users, because everything that move out from the comfort zone, right, is the most challenging. And if it is more challenging, it must be rewarded. So this is the way that we see that we can reward based on behavior to help us to grow, mainly on those activities that move out from the comfort zone.
So we've talked about the complexity of running a global program that specializes locally, how you've sort of remodeled your entire program to incentivize and drive the right behavior, foster collaboration between partners, which is all extremely complicated. And now I'm about to say two letters, which I think are going to make it more complicated, which is AI. Talk to me around what this means for today and where you think that transformation is going to play towards Schneider in the future.
Well, it's not with the future, like it's already transforming now, right? Because the business changed so hard with the advance of AI. So Schneider is adopting AI in a lot of different, so like internally in our tools, and the way that we deliver solutions, the way that we even measure the partners, we are discussing like how can we evolve in this direction. But absolutely, we are heavily impacted with the AI growth, right? And we are business transformation. We are being impacted from product perspective. So like, as I mentioned, we just bought Motivair exactly because of this need of liquid cooling driven by AI. We just launched racks, for example, for high density because they are higher, so, and also more with more structure to support the AI solution, and also adding some configurations with NVIDIA, so, and giving some partnership that was announced some months ago. So it's driving totally different the way that we are growing the business. The business is growing really on the cloud and services providers, and also those customers that are enabling much more AI. So this is where we are seeing. We are seeing opportunities with the partners. There is a big opportunity with a partner, and I just saw this week something related to this. If the partners are seeing their customers implementing AI on their solutions, more than 40% said yes. So you see that the opportunities not only on the cloud and service providers, the opportunities that we are seeing, but also with the partners. So I think that the challenge here is like the partners absolutely are on this discussion, those discussions are on those conversations, and there is a huge impact on any AI installation on infrastructure. So a lot of data centers today, and we have some cases with some partners already, that for end users implementing AI, where the infrastructure that they have do not support it. And when I say infrastructure, I'm talking about cooling, I'm talking about energy. Some countries, because of AI, do not have energy enough to deploy, so this would be a huge impact. And also around sustainability. So if you think on the level of efficiency that AI is needed, customers are looking for it. So so if you think on the CEOs, on the mind of the CEOs with application of AI, one of the key areas they are looking is efficiency. Exactly because they are thinking on how they can implement in AI with less consumption of energy. And the biggest consumption of energy in a data center is the cooling. So how we can help them with solutions, with monitoring, with efficient solutions on cooling, and also with the sustainability. Sustainability for us is a business, and is a business available to the partners as well. So we have a lot of solutions focused on tools, on efficient solutions, exactly to help the partners to have these conversations. We have a training, like a sustainability school, call it. It's a training focusing on sustainability to enable the partners to have this conversation about sustainability with their customers, right? So AI goes beyond the ChatGPT or the software that we're seeing, and there's a huge impact on efficiency and also on infrastructure. So as I said, we are seeing this as a big transformation on our business, driven by the cloud and service providers, but we are starting seeing the partners in some opportunities to support their customers. But what my suggestion and my for the partners that are listening to us here, I think that do not forget about infrastructure, efficiency, and sustainability. Because sustainability is an approach that we can drive, we can have this conversation with the customer, and can change the way that you sell a solution. And with the sustainability school that we have can absolutely support the partners on this direction.
Well, Carol, that's been amazing. One of the things that we love on this podcast is also sustainability, which is why we asked our current guest to recommend our next guest. Who did you have in mind?
Okay. I will recommend a very friend of mine. Can be friend, right?
Of course.
A very friend of mine. This is João Marques, that he's responsible for channels as well in ServiceNow. He's Brazilian as well, living in Mexico. It's an amazing person focusing on people development. So I'm sure that you have a great conversation with him.
I'm excited to have him on, and Carol, thanks so much for sharing your wisdom. It's been awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to share with you, and I hope that we can see in other opportunity.
It was amazing.